Look who's back. He's back. He's feeling better. I don't have to do this by myself. You'll enjoy it more because there's actually two opinions. Anyways, it's the Kian and the Press Show. We're glad to have you back. As you can see, we had good weeks on the picks. And like I said, Kian is healthy. So, unfortunately, we got 6 teams on bye this week. That's because next week is Thanksgiving, and they like to make everybody play next week. So they load up this week with a little more buys. Uh, and we're only going to do 4 games as far as deep dives because there's not that many good matchups with that many teams on buys. So we'll get right to it. Again, just doing our 4 picks, and then we'll do the quick hitters. All right. First game, San Francisco 49ers heading to Green Bay after that brutal home loss against the Seahawks. 49ers have lost 3 home games that really shouldn't have lost. They lost to the Rams, they lost to the Cardinals, and they lost to the Seahawks. All division rivals, all games they should have won, and they would be sitting pretty if they had won those 3 games. But now they're 5-5, worst division record in the division, and they've got a brutal schedule coming up, especially these next 2 against Green Bay and against Buffalo coming up. Nick Bosa is out. Backs are against the wall. All that said, I'm going to take the 49ers to beat the Packers on the road. Jordan Love turns the ball over every game. Every game. Packers haven't really blown anybody out this year. They've won some games, but they haven't looked like they've been able to play a complete game. I think they're going to be playing against a 49 team that's very desperate. And I think this will be a close game, but I think the 49ers pull it off.
Yeah, um, I think yeah, hopefully they're probably going to have George Kittle back.
Yes.
It is a question if Brock Purdy will play. Hopefully he does. And if he does, and if they're healthy, I do think the 49ers will win this game. I think the Packers are a pretty good team overall, but they aren't the best team. And I think the 49ers defense will do pretty good in this game. I think they will be able to get a few turnovers against Jordan Love, who I believe leads the league in interceptions, or is at least up there. And I could see Fred Warner having a big game, as he's been causing a lot of turnovers and having a good season. So I think the 49ers defense will be able to stop some of the Packers' drives short, and they will be able to capitalize and win this game.
All right. Next up, battle for first place in the NFC West. The 6-4 Arizona Cardinals coming off a bye traveled to Seattle, a team that basically saved their season with a big road win in
Yeah.
San Francisco. This is a big game as far as the division goes. The Cardinals have an easier schedule down the stretch than the Seahawks do. Seahawks don't have as many home games to be on the road more. Cardinals have the opposite. They haven't, just had a bye. I'm sorry, and had the chance to cruise in. The thing that's going to be different about this game is the Seahawks' run defense has improved with Ernest Jones coming, and they got Tyrese Knight, the rookie, played really well against the 49ers this last week. And they played really good the week prior to that against the Rams. The problem was the turnovers on offense, or else I think they win that game. But their defense is starting to trend the right way. The problem is they're facing a Cardinals team that's really gotten really good at running the football. They do some dynamic stuff with Kyler Murray, some design sweep runs. Also, their backup Trey Benson has been playing really well to go along with James Conner, who's a bruising back, so they can just pound the ball. And they're getting a little bit more of a rapport with Marvin Harrison Jr. With all that said, I see the spark in the Seahawks and coming off this win, and I kind of like their chances in this game. They've always played really well against Kyler Murray. They cause them a little issues. I think the development of the secondary is getting better. I think that there's a chance Rashawn Jenkins can come back at safety this week. So the Seahawks are getting healthier. Abraham Lucas playing good at right tackle. So I like the Seahawks beating the Cardinals this week.
Yeah, I think um, this is a little bit of a tougher game.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams are pretty good, but you could say they have some uh, not as bright spots. But I think the Seahawks will win this game. I think it will be a close divisional match, and I could see both teams winning. But I have Seattle winning. They have been playing better, and I think they will continue the momentum from last week. I think they've been making some moves and they've been getting healthier, and I think they will continue to improve on offense. I think they'll get more consistent there, and they'll be able to outscore the Cardinals. I think it will be tough against the Cardinals offense, having to keep track of the run game and the passing game. They're going to have to cover Marvin Harrison Jr. But I think Seattle will pull this off and beat Arizona.
All right. Next up, Sunday Night Football. Eagles going into SoFi to face the Rams. Basically, it'll be a road game, but a home game for the Eagles. There's a lot of Philadelphia fans in LA, and I think they'll show up. This is an important game for the Rams, but the Rams, they beat the Seahawks a few weeks ago, and then they lose to the Dolphins on Monday night in a weird game, and then they beat the Patriots. I don't know what the Rams are. I just don't know. They're inconsistent. They're a young team. I feel like they're developing their team, and I just feel like they're going to be overpowered. I think the best part of the Rams right now is that young defensive line, but they're facing one of the better offensive lines in the Eagles. And I think Saquon Barkley is going to be able to run the football. I think Matt Stafford will play well, but also the Eagles' defense is improving. I just feel like the Rams are a little overmatched personnel-wise in this game. I do think this is a coaching mismatch. Sean McVay over Nick Sirianni every day, all day. But I think he's just outgunned. So I'm going to take the Eagles over the Rams on Sunday night.
Yeah, the Eagles have been looking very good recently, and their young defense has been doing great with Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean in the secondary. And I think they will be able to stop the Rams, and I think the Rams will have trouble moving the ball against the Eagles' defense. And the Eagles will continue to do great on offense. Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts are both playing well, and I think the Rams will have trouble. They have been very inconsistent recently, although at times they've looked like a very good team. So I think this game, it might be kind of close, but I think the Eagles will probably win this one pretty easily as one of the best teams in the NFC. So I have Philadelphia.
Okay. Lastly, Monday night, Baltimore Ravens, off that rough loss against the Steelers, traveling to see the Los Angeles Superchargers. This game, I'm expecting fireworks. I think the Ravens' offense is looking to bounce back. Obviously, Lamar's hoping to bounce back. They are playing against a very good Charger defense, but as you saw from Joe Burrow, there are some holes. There are some areas you can make plays, especially Joe Burrow made some plays when he moved in the pocket, moved with his feet, and made some down the field throws. I think Lamar will be able to duplicate that. The problem for them is their back end is still not good. I know they played better against the Steelers. I think that was more of a Steelers personnel problem, as they really just don't have a good second or third receiver that Russell was able to connect with. He was either George Pickens or the tight ends. That's not the case for the Chargers. I think they'll be able to run the ball and throw it, and Justin Herbert's playing great. So I'm going to take the Chargers in this one. I think the Chargers are going to make a late season push to try to catch the Chiefs. They do still have one more game against them. And I like the Chargers in this one.
Yeah, this was a game that this was a tough one for me. There's a lot to say about this game with John and Jim Harbaugh and
The Harbaugh Bowl, I forgot about that aspect.
and Roman against his former team.
Yes.
And you can
Good
even
call.
say J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards.
A lot of storylines here.
Yeah, but I think Baltimore will end up winning this one. Los Angeles has been looking very good. Their offense has been doing great, and Justin Herbert has been playing great. Their defense allowed a little too much there at the end of the game against the Bengals, and that's why I'm a little worried. And I think if the Ravens can do well, if they can pass the ball against the Chargers' young secondary, if they can lean on the run game a little bit more when they need to, then I think Baltimore will be able to win this game. although I am worried. I think this will be a very close game. I think Justin Herbert could have a very good game against the Ravens secondary, but I have Baltimore doing better on offense and winning this game.
All right. Now time for our quick hits. Thursday night, Steelers demolish the Browns. I think it'll be ugly. I think Winston's going to throw 3 picks.
Yeah, the Steelers have had some interesting games against the Browns, but the Browns look like the worst they've been recently this year. So I have the Steelers winning this one pretty easily, as the Steelers have been looking very good.
All right. Vikings, Bears. How will the Bears lose this time? Will it be Hail Mary, block kick? No. Maybe it'll be a fumbled snap to the punter. Yeah. Vikings over Bears.
Yeah, the Vikings have had some odd close wins, but there've still been wins. So I think the Vikings will win this one very easily against a division rival. It's going to probably be a weird game, but Minnesota will still find a way to pull it out.
Lions keep running through the rest of the league, and they'll run through the Colts. Anthony Richardson played better last week, but this week it may get ugly.
Yeah, I think the Lions will take yet another blowout win against the Colts. The Colts have shown some promise, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything against Detroit.
Dolphins over the Patriots. Dolphins making a late season surge. Is it possible that they could get in the wild card and get blown out? In the playoffs, buddy. Get blown out in the playoffs if they make the playoffs. Go.
I have the Dolphins winning this one. I think they've just been doing better against the Patriots recently. I think they've been doing better than the Patriots recently.
Yes.
Drake May has been looking pretty good, but Miami has been playing better, and I think they will just outplay the Patriots pretty easily, and the Patriots still don't even want to win, right?
No, they don't. They want to develop Drake May, and they want to lose games so they can get some better offensive line help.
Yeah.
And maybe actually first round receiver. I don't know. Maybe sometime. All right. Buccaneers face the Fighting Tommy DeVitos. Sorry, Drew Lock. It really sucks. Buccaneers win.
Might still be above Daniel Jones.
He is. Daniel Jones is now the third string. He doesn't need to rest. He doesn't. Don't even show up wearing a uniform, Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I think the Buccaneers will win this one pretty easily, with the potential of Mike Evans returning soon, which is very nice.
Buccaneers, your NFC South winner? I think so.
Yeah, Falcons have not been doing good, but I have Tampa Bay winning this one very easily. I don't think there's that much to say. They're just a much better team.
Speaking of a team that shouldn't really try to win anymore, I think the Commanders will demolish the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm here for every second of it.
Yeah, the Commanders should win this one pretty easily. They haven't been as great recently, but they're still a good enough team to beat the Cowboys.
The Panthers have the chance to do the greatest thing ever and beat the Chiefs for a second week in a row. Oh, it would be glorious, and everybody would laugh. And Bryce Young, hey, is Bryce Young actually good? Is that what's going on? That's not going to happen. Chiefs win.
Yeah, I'm getting more optimistic about the Panthers, but I still don't think they will win this game. They just don't have a good enough roster at all, and Kansas City might be kind of angry.
All right, Texans, Titans. I think the Texans will win, but I think the Titans defense will keep this close, especially because that offensive line for the Texans hasn't been great in passing downs. Able to run the football though.
Well, I mean, I also have Houston winning. I think they're just the better team overall, and there are some issues for them, like the offensive line, but I still think they will be successful against the Titans, and I don't think the Titans will be able to do that much on offense.
All right, lastly, the Broncos looking good, and Raiders throwing picks. Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. I'll take the Broncos. That's what I meant, Broncos.
Broncos just have to cover Brock Bowers. Still might not work, but I don't think that'll matter.
Yeah, if you're playing the Raiders, why aren't you just doubling Browers every play? And
Except Jacoby Myers.
yeah, Jacoby Myers. Be careful, he
pretty
may
good.
throw it to the wrong team when he's playing receiver. Jacoby Myers, that Jacoby Myers. Anyways, Thanksgiving week next week. We will do a recording because there's a lot of games next week, a lot of important games. We'll try to get in on Wednesday so you can watch it maybe Thursday morning before the games start on Thanksgiving. Otherwise, enjoy your week before the week of Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.